Alrighty guys, what is going on everybody, and welcome back here to another live stream here for tonight on this amazing Monday evening, or Monday night I should say. Hope everyone's doing good. Glad to have you all here. We got a lot of updates regarding the upcoming weather. We're talking the potential here of some severe storms, following by the potential here of some nasty snowfall that is already starting to getting ready to start having some issues across the country here. So let's go ahead and see who is here. We have Crystal Miller, we have Mark, we have Haley, we have Caden, we have ourselves Theodore, we have Tornado Clips, we have Addison. Let's see here. We have Emily, we have Caden, I think I already said. Let's see here. Who else we have? What's up, everybody? Hope everyone is doing all right. Obviously, to the people who are not in the comments as well, hope everyone is doing all right. Once again, glad to have you guys here for today. We got a little bit of info to talk about. Now, the first thing we're going to go ahead and discuss here is the current radar view. Looking at the current conditions across the country. And if you look closely, you see there's a bit of counterclockwise rotation that's starting to kick off here towards Arizona, moving into portions here of New Mexico. So this is that low pressure system that is going to be driving all of this nasty weather here over the next few days. This will be an event here starting really on the 24th, so here for tomorrow morning. And then tracking all the way through until the 26th across the northeast. Now, this is going to be bringing all kinds of concerns, like I said, regarding severe storms, regarding the potential of snowfall. And a lot of people here that has actually not seen snowfall this year could be a game changer for a lot of people. So that is something we're going to have to watch out for. But anyways, take a look here at the current radar view. Like I said, we have that counterclockwise rotation. That low pressure system is already starting to kick off here. Across portions here, once again, in pretty much southeastern Arizona and southwestern portions of New Mexico. We're already starting to see a lot of snow moving its way up here towards the upper elevations of New Mexico. Now, anyways, so we track our way down here later on tonight, and you're going to notice once we take a look here at the future models and stuff like that, the snow is going to start infiltrating the west here later on tonight. So we're going to have to watch out for that. We'll give you guys more of a timing here in a moment. But anyways, like I said, regarding the current radar conditions, there's a little bit of moisture across the upper northwest here as well, kind of for like eastern Montana. A little bit of snow shower activity, nothing too crazy, not like continuous snowfall, nothing along those lines of serious accumulations expected out of it. No, nothing like that. We finally have the end of that nor'easter, or that little northeastern storm that moved its way up across the New England region, driving some snow that is now moving out of the country, which is good. But like I said, out with the old, in with the new. And like I said, that's where the new one is starting to fire off here. But anyways, so as you probably have seen here on my screen, we have ourselves a pretty nasty risk here regarding severe thunderstorms for tomorrow. We have an enhanced risk. Now, what that means is that is a severe level 3 out of 5. Obviously, with that being said, the higher the level, the more severe it could get. And we're talking a level 3 out of 5. It's a pretty big deal. So obviously, if you are in portions here of the eastern side of Texas, relatively just south here of Houston, kind of for the areas here towards like Victoria and Lake Jackson here, we have an enhanced risk for those areas. Obviously, that's where the nastiest of the severe weather can be expected across those regions. We have a second enhanced risk here across portions of southeastern Louisiana for the New Orleans region. Going to have to watch out for that just outside of Lafayette there with that enhanced risk. Tracking its way all the way through portions here towards, is it Hattiesburg? Right here just south of that. Obviously for Mobile, Alabama as well. Obviously for portions of like Pensacola, Florida, also included here with this risk. So like I said, the orange is the bullseye tomorrow. Obviously the orange is the big threat. The big area where the most severe weather can be expected. That's where the worst of it's going to be at. The greatest probability of those storms being damaging across the orange there, and obviously a higher percentage as well. So overall, that's just kind of the concern. But anyways, we're going to take this over here to the actual Storm Prediction Center's view, which we're going to do here right now. And like I said, we have that enhanced risk that is in effect here, which we'll keep an eye out here for. But regarding the tornado threat, we have ourselves two pairs, or I guess one pair of two, 10% risk here. We have dual 10% risk here across portions of the coastal area of Texas, coastal central Texas. For coastal southeastern Louisiana, coastal, southern Alabama, coastal southern Mississippi, and even portions here like towards Pensacola. So like I said, that is kind of what we are looking at. And like I said, the yellow there is representing a big potential. Obviously, there's a big percentage with it, a 10% chance probability that we will see a tornado every 25 miles. And with that being said, as you can look closely, there is a bit of that dashed line moving through. You can see right here how there's a lot of little black dashed lines moving through. And unfortunately, that brings out what we call the hatch risk. That's where the significant risk is. And what I mean by significant, I'm talking potential of tornadoes being larger than EF2. So with that being said, we have the potential of some nasty tornadoes tomorrow. Not just a pop-up weak tornado. No, this is an actual tornado threat. And like I said, obviously where there is the possibility of a few violent tornadoes tomorrow. Once again, most likely, the highest percentile, the highest percent chance being across the yellow. And like I said, it's really kind of hugging the coast there due to limited amounts of instability in the atmosphere. Basically another word for that is just the fuel that's needed for thunderstorms to fire off. It's quite limited, although the winds are very strong. We have some very, very strong winds here screaming to the north. Obviously coming from the Gulf of Mexico, bringing a lot of warm and humid air. Driving that up north here, very, very fast speeds here. Like I said, we're talking about 80 knots. Lower level jet here, a couple thousand feet up, probably about 4,000 feet up in the air. The winds are screaming, absolutely screaming to the north here. And obviously that's throwing that lower level jet, and that throws the potential there of some tornadoes. So that's something we're going to have to be watching out for. Then once you go up in the atmosphere, the wind direction changes, and that's what gives the spin effect across the atmosphere. But anyways, with that being said, yeah, as mentioned before, big chance for tornadoes anywhere in these shades here. Obviously, you got a chance of seeing tornadic activity across the green. That's a 2% chance probability, which is nothing too crazy. Across the brown, now that is it's a step up. That's a 5% chance here, and then we have ourselves the 10% risk here, which I said, a 10% risk air is a pretty big deal. And like I said, that has that significant risk there on it, which is definitely pretty crazy. But anyways, that is indeed what we are actually seeing here, which is definitely quite nasty. And like I said, here towards the later portion of this live stream here, like I said, we are going to be doing kind of personal forecasts regarding specific areas and stuff like that. So I'll make sure I get you guys covered with all the info and stuff like that. But anyways, that's what's going on there, my friends. Just wanted to touch up with you guys on that. Like I said, here's the current radar view kicking off. We have that precipitation starting to move its way into western Texas now. moving east into western Texas at the moment. Now, this is going to be turning into snow later on tonight, as we're going to take a look at here right now. So let's go ahead and do such right now, my friends. We're going to go ahead and switch on over here to the future radar based off of the NAM 3-kilometer model. And like I said, if you guys want to follow along in time, it is just right up there. You guys can see that. This is based off of the NAM 3-kilometer model, the NAM 3-kilometer model, basically looking at that future radar reference. In which I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to turn that actually to the radar and satellite view, so it's a little bit more easier to read here for a lot of you guys. But anyways, we track our way down through time. We have that spinning across the southwest, as we did observe here on the current radar view. Once again, if you wonder what I'm looking at, like I said, we take a look here back at that. You can see how it's starting to rotate right there. Counterclockwise rotation happening here towards, obviously Arizona and the portions of New Mexico. But moving over here to the future radar, we take this down here in time. So we track over here to the midnight hours. It's going to continue to move through. The snow is going to start to happen kind of around a little after midnight. Kind of around midnight for portions here of western Texas, tracking through. The sunrise, the panhandle should be mostly seeing some snowfall. Now, depending on where you're at here in Oklahoma, I'd say you have a pretty decent chance regardless. I mean, I'd say pretty much the entire state of Oklahoma has a chance at seeing some form of snow out of this. This is going to be a pretty interesting system here regarding things. But anyways, like I said, we're going to start to see a lot of that kick off here. So by tomorrow afternoon, the snow should have moved into portions of like central and western Oklahoma. Obviously kind of there right towards, like I said, obviously right there kind of towards Oklahoma City and a little bit to the west. So obviously that. But then the snow is going to start to kind of move in towards like the Tulsa area, kind of here for tomorrow, late tomorrow afternoon, early tomorrow evening. Kind of there right after sunset is kind of where we're going to start to see that move through. And at that time as well, the snow is going to start to move into portions of western Arkansas, southwestern Missouri, as this thing tracks its way up here to the northeast. We talk midnight here for the 25th, so now the day after tomorrow. Snow will still be falling across portions here of Oklahoma, starting to lighten up here on the western side. Snow falling across eastern Kansas, through portions here of Missouri as well, kicking off across the way. Then once we move for the sunrise of like the 25th, all of that snow is going to be moving in towards like the Ohio Valley. Obviously for portions of like Illinois, portions of Indiana, so you're going to be waking up the snow here on the 25th across Illinois, Indiana, portions here of Ohio, and then eventually this will track its way up here to the north for like the later 25th, so for the evening time. But overall, I mean, that's kind of what we are looking at regarding the future radar view. But like I said, we're going to play this out here for a little bit so you guys can see that. And obviously, if you do look closely, you can see right down in here how we have that pretty nasty line. You see how like dark red it gets? That is obviously where the severe weather threat is going to be existent. That is where we have those strong winds, the strong, what we call shear, basically the strong winds at certain elevations. And that's obviously where the severe potential regarding thunderstorms, like I said, that's kind of where the biggest potential of thunderstorms or severe thunderstorms is going to be existent. Like I said, hence that's why we have those enhanced risks. And like I said, we actually have a pretty decent, threat here regarding the convective outlook. Like I said, the latest info coming through, we have two enhanced risks. We have dual enhanced risk here, one just south of Houston. Then we got our other one here in southeastern Louisiana for areas here towards like New Orleans, portions here down to the south, obviously southern Mississippi, and then southern Alabama for the Mobile area. Also Pensacola here in western panhandle of Florida. So those areas obviously is in some heat for tomorrow. Like I said, I'm not trying to make you guys scared. I'm just really wanting to make sure that you understand what the concerns are here. And obviously, we're going to be talking about that. But like I said, as mentioned before here, I mean, regarding the tornado probability, we have a 10% significant risk here. And like I said, if you're across the yellow, if any of you guys are across the yellow shaded colors here, you got a big probability for some tornadoes. A 10% chance a tornado can happen every 25 miles. So within every 25 miles, there's a repeating 10% chance here. And there's a chance they could become EF2 to EF5 as well. So that being said, large tornadoes, violent tornadoes can be possible here for tomorrow as well, which we are going to be watching. Like I said, 5% risk across the areas here, and the brown, obviously, the 2% green here across the region, which that's just lower probability, but the overall tornado threat does exist across those regions. So that's kind of what we are looking at. But overall, that's the tornado concerns here for tomorrow. Hail 15% risk here at most here just towards the Houston area. Nothing too insane. Just watch out for a few hailers, potentially over an inch in diameter. But when it comes to damaging winds, straight line wind damage out of that long QLCS, that long squall line, is going to be throwing a very large damaging wind threat here. Once again, here towards like eastern Texas, through Louisiana, through portions here of Mississippi, through Alabama. And like I said, if you're in the red area, that is the big concern. It's also where that enhanced risk is. So not only is there a pretty fairly large tornado threat, but there's also a pretty decent damaging wind potential as well. You know, like I said, with these damaging winds perhaps getting up to, I hate to say it, but maybe over 70 miles an hour could be possible with some of these wind gusts. So we'll definitely need to be on the lookout for that. We definitely need to be watching it out. And I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but tomorrow we will be going live for some of it. We'll be probably going live here anywhere from like 10 to 12, and then we'll obviously we'll probably continue until like 5 or so, and then we're going to head off because my brother gets home and he has to do things around the house. And then once he goes to bed kind of around 9, 10 o'clock, then we're going to go back live for the rest of it. We'll give you guys a lot of coverage regardless. Like I said, tomorrow is going to be a very busy day when it comes to overall severe weather coverage. I mean, like I said, with the storms. And like I said, a lot of people are forgetting, but there's actually a nasty winter side to this here as well, in which we're going to actually take a look at here right now regarding the official forecast. So when it comes to, like I said, the snowfall and everything like that, I mean, we're actually talking a pretty decent amount of snowfall at this point here across some of these areas. And like I said, it's not absolutely like historic amounts, but it's a decent snow here. Like I said, right here towards like Amarillo, Texas, we're kind of in the zone here of potentially maybe up near 8 inches of snow. But obviously, you kind of have to have that boundary there. I would honestly say anywhere from 6 to 10 inches if you're in the Amarillo region. Obviously for that. Now, if you're towards Dallas, you're just simply too far south. The air is going to remain mostly warm enough, or too warm, to actually have any accumulation regarding snowfall. So, unfortunately for you, or fortunately if you hate snow, for the Dallas region. But once you move in towards like Oklahoma City, towards like Lawton, we have a bigger potential of around 3 to 6 inches, probably with locally higher amounts. You can see here towards Lawton, we have a little area here kind of peaking up there to 6 inches or so. So obviously with locally higher amounts could be possible across the way. Eastern Oklahoma towards like Muskogee, obviously here towards Tulsa region, honestly kind of around 1 to 3 inches for like the Tulsa region, and a little bit more here towards the south, for Muskogee, maybe around 3 to 6 here. But anyways, that's just kind of what we're expecting here. The heaviest snow in Oklahoma is expected to remain around central and southern portions of the state, which we're going to be watching out for. I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to change that. But we're going to switch on over here to Arkansas. Like I said, northwestern Arkansas. Now, here's the thing. Here's the deal. We actually have ourselves a pretty decent chance here of seeing some nasty accumulations. Like I said, a decent amount of accumulations here. Towards Fayetteville, we're talking the potential here of maybe, I'd have to say 6 to 12 inches across some of those regions. Now, it is a quite large margin, but just to show you guys, there's just a lot of warm air here that's flowing into the same state here. Could drastically drive those totals differently. So I have to stick with 6 to 12 inches across the areas here in the northwestern side. But overall, I mean, here towards like Little Rock, is expected to remain mostly good. With snowfall, not really much of anything going on there regarding winter weather. It's more for those areas in the northwest. Now here for Missouri, kind of towards like St. Louis, we're actually in a pretty heated zone. We're honestly maybe up to, according to this, maybe near 5 inches. Definitely could be possible out of this here. And honestly, I'd say probably 4 to 8 inches can be expected across those regions near St. Louis. And especially south here, especially for portions here like very, very far south, Missouri, here towards like Springfield, that's where those accumulations actually skyrocket. It's where they actually go up quite significantly. Potentially here, once again, kind of around 4 to 8 inches being possible. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll definitely have to watch out for it. Now, if you're in the states here of like Illinois, in Indiana, we have a big streak cutting through the regions here south of Springfield and through like Lafayette. Lafayette here, obviously here towards like Fort Wayne. Obviously those regions kind of talking 4 to 8 inches. Now for areas here just north, kind of towards like Springfield, Pierre, here for like, obviously here for some of those other regions like South Bend and those surrounding areas, obviously that's where, conditions are going to be a little bit lower, or maybe around 3 to 5 inches can be expected. across those areas. Moving into Ohio, northwestern side, expected to see the most here, and at most potentially up to about 4 to 8 inches on the far northwestern side here. Here towards Columbus, kind of talking around the 3 to 5 inch mark here for the most part. Kind of towards Cleveland, I'd say anywhere from 2 to 4 inches can be possible. Towards Bowling Green, Ohio, honestly, that's where the higher accumulations is located here, and that's kind of where we potentially could see maybe even higher accumulations. Maybe perhaps, as mentioned before, maybe around 4 to 8 inches across some of those localized areas. So we'll definitely have to be on the lookout for that. Pennsylvania here, central portions. I mean, honestly, those snow totals do kick up here quite a bit as well. We forgot about Michigan here. Yeah, the southern portions of Michigan here. Could see a decent amount of snowfall, anywhere from around 3 to 5 inches is kind of in the forecast there. Obviously, the northern portions of the state here kind of expected to remain roughly kind of around the 1 to 3 inch zone. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. But anyways, let's see here. Is it going to snow in Arkansas? So yes, Arkansas is going to see snow here. Now, for the northwestern portion, that's the bullseye zone. So basically areas here just north and west of Little Rock. Now, if you're basically, if you're south of Little Rock, if you're east of Little Rock, the chances aren't so great of you really seeing anything winter precipitation-wise. Now, obviously, like I said, this is really kind of for the northwestern side, mostly for areas like Fayetteville, Mountain Home, Rogers, obviously in that boundary of perhaps a decent amount here. Definitely is pretty crazy. Like I said, obviously here for proportions here on the west central side, kind of towards like Mena, about 3 to 5 inches is in the forecast there. But yeah, but overall, I mean, there is the possibility there, and that's what we're looking out there for. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. Anyways, but like I said, a lot of stuff to talk about, y'all. This is definitely a pretty interesting storm system that is going to be driving through the country. I mean, that is for sure, without a doubt, quite a nasty system. And like I said, there's a lot of impacts here that's on the line when it comes to these type of things. And like I said, we just got to really be watching out for it. But anyways, like I said, here's a future radar, guys. If you want to take a look at it really quickly, like I said, we'll slow things down here regarding things in the future, or in a little bit here. Like I said, here's just the overall picture of future conditions. Once again, the time is just up there, you guys, in the top left. Like I said, the beginning of this here, this event here, really kicking off for the early 24. So this system is about to start here within the next few hours. Starting off here across portions of like western Texas as snow, moving through Oklahoma, portions of Kansas, northwestern Arkansas, portions here of a lot of Missouri, portions even here towards Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, maybe northern Kentucky, portions here of Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts. I don't think I've mentioned Michigan, obviously portions here, Wisconsin too. Could be seeing a bit of snowfall, and like I said, you can see that there. And I'm actually going to slow this down here just a little bit so you can see that. So first of all, like I said, we have the snow that starts moving into like the panhandle of Texas and through Oklahoma here for the morning hours. And as we track our way down here a little bit further in time, kind of for around the late afternoon, early evening, kind of around 6 o'clock, we're still seeing some snow across like northern Texas through Oklahoma here, through portions here of like southern Kansas. We're going to watch out for. The storms at this point will be really firing off here across the south, as you can actually see there, moving through portions of eastern Texas, through Louisiana, and obviously through the further northeast, through the further southeast. In which we are watching out for. But anyways, but this tracks up here into the midnight hours of the 25th. Now, the snow is going to still be happening here in Oklahoma, more for the eastern sides, eastern Kansas, through portions here of Missouri, northwestern Arkansas, cutting straight through portions of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, kind of for the evening hours of the 25th. Storms continuing to push their way here to the east, obviously cutting through, like I said, Louisiana, cutting through Mississippi, through Alabama here for the 25th here, in which, we're going to have another risk here for severe storms all the way up in the eastern country as well, and then obviously the snow continues to move up there. But anyways, a lot of talking. I know this is a lot of words to say at a very quick pace. Like I said, sorry if I'm talking too fast. There's just, like I said, there's just a lot of stuff that has to be talked about here regarding it. But anyways, let's see here. Evening, Andrew. Any possibility of tornadoes in southeastern Texas? So yes, when it comes to that, like I said, we switch on back here to the overall radar view. Like I said, here, the Storm Prediction Center's outlook, we do have a risk here. East of San Antonio, the tornado probability, we have a 10% significant risk here. Just north of Corpus Christi here. Obviously here just south of Houston, which is definitely a little concerning. So if you're across any shade of color, like I said, if you're across the green color, you have a 2% chance probability of seeing a tornado, which is a pretty low probability. If you're across the brown, you have a 5% chance. And if you're across the yellow, you have a 10% chance, which is the bullseye for tomorrow. Like I said, we have an even larger 10% significant risk across portions of like southern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, and western portions here of Florida. Obviously for the western panhandle towards like the Pensacola region. So overall, I mean, that's just kind of what we're talking about. That's kind of the main, the main ordeal and stuff like that that's going on, which is crazy. Crystal Miller says, I heard that Ohio is going to have sleet probably. So when it comes to the future rate, like I said, we were talking about here, it depends on which model you look at. A lot of models don't really support it, but you can see the NAM 3-kilometer model kind of for southern Ohio, possibly kind of showing that. But yeah, we'll watch out for that. But anyways, that is what we are seeing here. Like I said, once again, everybody, just please stay safe out there. Tomorrow is going to be a pretty interesting day, say the least, here, in which we're going to definitely be watching out here for. Like I said, things are getting crazy. Here's the GFS model. Obviously, as we track our way down here through time, we're going to go ahead and actually update that page here. It's a little out of date there. But obviously moving through, very, very strong low pressure system here, cutting through like areas here in southern Illinois, cutting through Indiana, basically a lot of that region's there. But overall, I mean, like I said, driving a lot of potential snow. Now, when it comes to accumulations out of the American GFS model, now this model's known to be quite aggressive here. It does show some areas here perhaps getting up into the foot margin here, kind of towards like southwestern Oklahoma through pretty much northwestern Arkansas, southern Missouri, and southern Illinois. Some areas perhaps up to a foot and over, which I really would not trust that too much. Like I said, I would really not, I would honestly really not count on that too much. Because like I said, this model is a little aggressive. It's always been a little aggressive. It's always, kind of in that state here. But anyways, regardless, like I said, that is kind of what we are actually seeing here, thrown on the shades here, because my obviously my eyes get pretty bad after this. But anyways, that's what's going on there. We're going to turn up the brightness here. What's the weather showing for southeastern Kentucky? So there's a possibility we could see a little bit of snow towards the areas here, which I'm actually going to pull up the blend of models here for y'all. We're going to take a look at that here right now. But anyways, regarding, like I said, the blend of models and everything like that, we are seeing the possibility of maybe a little bit of a trace like across the southeastern portion here of that area, which obviously, like I said, with that being said, obviously nothing too crazy either, so it's really nothing to really worry about. It's going to remain mostly just too warm for all of that type of stuff. So overall, like I said, that's just kind of what we're seeing here. Nothing too much there. That main streak is we're mostly just here between, like I said, obviously here between New Mexico, cutting through Texas, through Oklahoma, through Arkansas, through portions here of, like I said, Missouri, Illinois, through Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New York, and a lot of the northeastern states here. But anyways, that's what's going on there. Let's see here. Can you check Alabama when it's supposed to get here, says Daniel? Absolutely. So yeah, we're taking a look here, like I said, across Alabama regarding here in the future radar, or the future models here regarding such. So the storms are going to start to move in across portions here of western Alabama here, kind of around the early morning of the 25th. Obviously here you can see that kind of around 3 a.m. or so. Obviously moving through, like I said, here for portions of western Alabama moving through here. They're pretty early. Storms will move through central portions around 5 a.m. and exiting here around 8. But anyways, that's kind of what we are seeing here. And regarding the timing for you guys. So it's going to be in the morning. Yeah, it's going to definitely be in the morning here when it comes to your activity of all that fun stuff. Anyways, let's see here. Can I check on 46725? Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll go ahead and start diving on into these personal forecasts here. Like I said, obviously, we'll do that for you guys. Like I said, I want you all to be safe. I really care about you guys, and I want you guys to be safe out there. It looks like my camera went out again, which it's been doing a lot recently. Anyways, sorry about that, y'all. My camera on the left side, how it's black screen. Yeah, that used to be where my face cam is, but apparently it decided it wanted to go out there. But yeah, so Caden, I can look out for you really quickly. So you want me to take a look here at 46, 725 across portions here of, like I said, here towards like Indiana, towards Fort Wayne region. So yeah, when it comes to like a snowfall, accumulations and all kinds of stuff like that here regarding the official forecast here for you. Obviously, like I said, here towards like Fort Wayne region, according to the National Weather Service, according to the official National Weather Service forecast here regarding snowfall, you're pretty much safe to say here that we could possibly expect here anywhere from like, honestly 6 to 10 inches. It could be possible. Now I know it shows around 6 inches, so I'd probably say a little bit lower than that. Probably anywhere from like 5 to 10 would be more of a good estimate there. But like I said, obviously what this is showing exactly, don't trust that to be exact. It's more of a range, like I said. With that being said, but overall, like I said, that's what we're looking at there. Let's see here. Got ourselves some more questions coming through here. Am I going to get anything near northwest of Houston? Anyway, so yeah, here northwest of Houston. So Houston, like I said, overall regarding things, there is a severe weather threat. Depends on how far northwest you are. Because like I said, we do have ourselves a severe weather risk that stretches all the way as far like west here. Pretty much as far west as areas here, kind of towards like Brenham. That's basically between. Yeah, that's right there between Bryan and Houston. That's where that severe weather risk is. Now, if you're in the dark green, if you're in the dark green area, you can see here, there's actually 4 shades. There's a light green. Now, the light green says thunderstorms are possible. The dark green says severe thunderstorms are possible, although they're quite limited. Then you have the yellow. Now, the yellow zone is where, so severe storms is more likely. And perhaps, these storms could be maybe a little bit more damaging, a little bit more concerning. And then we have the orange. That is the bullseye. The orange is the nasty area here for tomorrow, where the largest amount of severe weather activity is expected to be, as well as the potential of them. And like I said, tomorrow with that threat, though, we have that 10% significant risk. Like I said, obviously throwing out the threat for possibility of tornadoes EF2 to EF5. And like I said, I hate to say EF5, but that's how the terms go by the National Weather Service and stuff like that. But anyways, that's indeed what we are looking at there. Let's see here. Yeah, tomorrow's going to have a 70 knot lower level jet. Yeah, pretty crazy. What time did I say it was going to come through Pensacola? So when it comes to the areas here towards Pensacola, we'll go and switch on over here to you really quickly. Obviously, Pensacola here in western panhandle of Florida. So I'd say anywhere between like 3 and 6, a.m. here for the 25th. So not tomorrow, but the day after for the early hours. So you're probably going to be sleeping by the time this thing moves through. But anyways, that's what we're looking at there. Let's see here. What about Lubbock, Texas, says John. So I got some news for you. So when it comes to areas here towards Lubbock, there's actually a decent possibility that we could see maybe a little bit of snowfall. Now, when it comes to the amounts here, like I said, with the official forecast here from the National Weather Service, kind of showing around 3-4 inches. But like I said, you got to really range that. So if you put that in the middle point, probably about 2 to 4 inches can be expected across those areas. So watch out for that. Like I said, obviously here, I would not go too much further south here of Lubbock. Obviously, and then that's whenever the snow totals really start to drop. But they're really quite strong here towards like Amarillo region here, perhaps, maybe around 6 inches in the expectancy. But I'd say more of like 4 to 8 inches, kind of more of a better range, I should say. You should really find more of a range rather than an exact inch or so. Rather than exact inches, I should say. But anyways, but that is what we are looking at, my friends. Let's see here. Tomorrow has lots of wind shear for tornadoes. Yes, it does, unfortunately. Let's see here. Haley wants me to take a look here at Kansas City. All right, so Kansas City here, obviously for the snowfall, that's your kind of main concern here. We're not expecting any, severe weather across portions of Kansas City, so you don't got to be worrying about that. The National Weather Service forecast does have the overall snowfall accumulations here, kind of expected to be around 1 to 3 inches. So if you're across the region there, Haley, here for Kansas City, you got to be watching out over there because it's a possibility we could have a little bit of snowfall. Once again, around 1 to 3 inches is kind of expected. Did I get a new camera? No, because my camera's off because it did not want to work. Yeah, the black screen guys on the left-hand side, like I said, we were literally just streaming here and it cut off here. It does that all the time. I don't think it's some software issue or something. We're gonna try to get that fixed here soon. I'm heading back to Kentucky this weekend, so obviously I'll when I get back there and everything settles down from the big trip here in Florida I've been in, I'll probably get a new camera here soon. Anyways, let's see here. Fame Honcho says, can I look here or tell you anything about 28377? This is the cross portions here of Red Springs, North Carolina. Okay, yeah, this is right. So that's basically southwestern Fayetteville. So essentially what's going on down here, my friend, regarding the weather here for you. Here for tomorrow, we do not have a risk for severe storms for you. However, the day after tomorrow, obviously, the day after tomorrow being Wednesday, there is a threat for possible severe weather here towards your location on Wednesday. There is no breakdown regarding the overall, the main concerns out of it yet, but I'd say that mostly damaging winds would be a main concern there. But yeah, so watch out for that there. Anyways, but like I said, once again, everybody, if you have any questions or if there's a specific area here in the country that you want to look at regarding either snowfall or severe weather, hey, feel free to throw down some zip codes. I'm here for you guys. I want you guys to be safe. I really care about y'all's safety out here. And I truly mean it. I really, really do. And if I didn't, I would literally not be out here with you guys doing this. I just really care, and I want you guys to understand what's happening because I know there's a lot of people that don't even know this system is going to exist. And it is very, very unfortunate. And I'm trying everything I can in order to help the public out as much as possible. And like I said, so if you guys could consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm not forcing you to, but just consider it. That way that, it helps spread the word out there. Share this with your friends and family. Maybe you can get them in here. Maybe they have some friends that's going to be affected by this quite more than others. But we'll be doing as much as we can on our end. So like I said, if you guys could, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much here. Let's see here. Aaron wants me to take a look here at 38339 across portions here of Tennessee. This is basically here towards essentially southwestern side here, east of Memphis, south of Jackson. So when it comes to you, here's the thing. You're not really expected to see any of the nastiness here. Probably just going to mostly be rain for you. Maybe a little bit of rumbles of thunder, but other than that, really nothing too much. So honestly, I would just be on the lookout here for just some rain. Other than that, really nothing much. But like I said, severe weather is across the dark green, yellow, and especially the orange areas, and the snow is across this area here when it comes to things. So obviously, yeah, you're right there in that boundary where not much is expected to happen. Let's see here. Mildred, I don't know how you say that. I know I'm saying that wrong. So once we take a look here at 72601 across portions here of Arkansas. So you are in Harrison, Arkansas, which is northwestern side. So you, my friend, are actually in a pretty nasty accumulated area here regarding snowfall. You're kind of in a zone where nearly 8 inches is going to be expected here. So I'd say, honestly, a good bet would be around 6 to 10 inches of snowfall expected for you here. Obviously, the snow is going to be really kind of starting here for you around, like I said, we were talking, the snow is going to really start kicking off around you around like 8 p.m. tomorrow evening, or around that time. Don't expect it to be exactly at 8 o'clock, but it'll be around that time, within a few hours. So watch out for that. Like I said, obviously, snowfall accumulations is actually expected to be quite decent. Definitely pretty interesting here. Let's see here. Ready or Not wants me to take a look here at a zip code of, let's see here, which is 65401 across portions here of Missouri. This is right here in Rolla, Missouri, west of St. Louis. So we'll take a look at that here right now. So we take a look here towards Rolla, which is right there off of Interstate 44. So according to the National Weather Service, we're kind of expecting anywhere, up to around, we're expecting around 6 inches. But like I said, you really have to just kind of put a reference in between that. Like I said, obviously regarding, the range. Like I said, a better range would be around, 4 to 8 inches. That'd be the better way to go. Putting that 6-inch mark right there in the middle. But anyways, yeah, so about 4 to 8 inches is going to be possible towards your location. And honestly, according to the official forecast here, honestly, kind of nearly the same for St. Louis, which we'll watch out for. Let's see here. Teresa wants me to take a look here at a zip code of, let's see here, 72762. Across portions here of Springdale, Arkansas. So this is actually right here towards Fayetteville. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of around the regions we were just looking at. So yeah, kind of across those areas here, you know, obviously, like I said, you are in that zone there where we potentially could see maybe anywhere from, you know, for the most part, quite variety of ranges here. Honestly, I'd say anywhere from 4 to 8 inches is kind of in a better, standpoint here. But that's what we're looking at. Let's see here, Aaron. Aaron says, how much snow is it going to be in? Or sorry, hold on. No, Aaron says here. So will 3.8, 3.9 not get any snow or anything in the next coming days? So for you, Aaron, regarding things, like I said, 3.8, 3.9. This is across portions here. Yeah, Tennessee. So yeah, really across those areas, not expecting to see much of anything. Like I said, when it comes to the activity here, it's mostly just going to be rain. Maybe a little bit of, lightning and obviously thunder as a result. Could be possible, but nothing severe is expected. That far north. Not enough energy to do anything crazy up there. Anyways, gotta catch my breath here, because like I said, whew, that is some, that's a lot of talking, y'all. So, okay, all right, moving on back into it. Like I said, sorry if I'm talking fast. I just have a lot of people to get to, and I'm gonna do my best I can in order to prepare you guys as much as possible. Anyways, let's see here. So obviously let's see, next up, zip code, we have Theodore. Once we take a look here at 63304 across portions here of St. Charles. Okay, so this is right here basically near the St. Louis area, kind of on the northwestern side. So, okay, so St. Charles region, when it comes to, like I said, when it comes to the snowfall, you know, towards the locations, you know, honestly, like I said, the National Weather Service has around 5 inches expected. But like I said, you got to really put it in that range here. Like I said, I'd say probably about 4 to 8 inches could be an expectancy across those areas. Like I said, obviously you're right there in the middle of that big path, so obviously, you know, higher accumulations would be more likely than lower accumulations, essentially. But anyways, Teresa says thank you, no problem. Aaron says thank you, you're very, very welcome. Let's see here, what is the thinking on timing for 63304 across, okay, so St. Charles. So the timing when it comes to the snowfall, obviously expected to kind of happen here around midnight of the 25th. That's kind of what we're looking at there. Like I said, we take a look here back over at my main screen. You can see there, right there towards like the St. Louis area, you know, right here for around midnight of the 25th. I could probably move in a little closer here. There you go. So yeah, you can see there right around midnight there. But anyways, that's kind of what we are seeing. We're going to switch on back here to my main screen here for one small second. While I try to catch my breath here after talking a lot. Let's see here. Next up, we have ourselves sewing. Let's go and take a look here. So sewing wants me to take a look here at 74631. This is across portions here of Blackwell, Oklahoma. This is right here across portions of the north central side here, just north of Oklahoma City. So for you, my friend, obviously, you know, just north of that, you're kind of in a zone. That's not right. Yeah, don't go off that 7 marker. Honestly, like I said, you're kind of in a zone here where I'd say probably about 1 to 3 inches. Honestly, so watch out for that. Let's see here. Crystal says you're doing an amazing job. Oh, Crystal, thank you for the membership. It means a lot to me. Thank you for supporting our channel. Really appreciate it. Saying you're doing an amazing job, Andrew. Thank you. You're very, very welcome, my friends. I'm trying to do the best I can. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but it starts with an L. Wants me to take a look here at 77377. That's actually a very, very easy zip code to remember. This is across portions of Tomball, Texas. Okay, so this is towards Houston. So here's the thing. So you're in the zone where obviously, winter weather is not a concern, but obviously the possibility of, severe weather exists. So watch out for tomorrow. A few storms, obviously a brief tornado nearby could be possible. But just because I say that does not mean to freak out about it. Like I said, it's a pretty low chance overall. The chances of you actually getting a tornado out of this to specifically go right next to you is very low still. So don't freak out. But like I said, if there's a tornado warning issued for you, then just take action. When it comes to hail, though, like I said, 15% riskier across the area. Damaging winds here, 15% risk there. So let's watch out for some small hail, maybe some gusty winds, and maybe an isolated tornado or two where you're located. Okay, let's see here. I can only do one zip code at a time. Yes, for sure. I'm trying, y'all. Let's see here. Deb wants me to take a look here at 3. Let's see here. So 436. 43614. Is that right? Yep. 43614. Okay, so this is right here towards. Okay, this is right here, basically in northwestern Ohio, towards like I said here, in Toldo. So, according to the National Weather Service, we're kind of expecting around a range around 6 inches. But like I said, obviously we should go off of around 4 to 8 inches because you're putting 2 inches behind and 2 inches, ahead. Obviously throws a good range there. So yeah, 4 to 8 inches I'd say is a good bet regarding the snowfall. Anyways, let's see here. Fall Guys wants me to take a look here at 46567 for Syracuse, Indiana. This is on relatively near the Fort Wayne area, actually. So when it comes to snowfall here, kind of the same thing, honestly. I'd have to say probably about 4 to 8 inches, so watch out for that regarding the snowfall. Let's see here. Can I please do 45011? Yeah, I could do that. Let's see here. It's for Hamilton, Ohio, right here towards Cincinnati. So you're in a zone here where honestly not as much snow is going to be expected. I'd honestly say about 2 to 4 inches is kind of in the range. I do think we're going to get at least up to 2 inches, but put that range a little higher up there. But anyways, yeah, that's for you. Let's see here. Let's see, 46234, please and thank you. No problem. So yeah, so there for you. So 46234 across portions here of Indianapolis, Indiana. This is right here on the western stretches here of Indianapolis. So when it comes to you, my friend, when it comes to the snowfall, like I said, the ranges here is around 7 inches according to the National Weather Service. Here is what's expected. But like I said, you got to take that range. I'd honestly say about 5 to 10 inches. It's a pretty wide margin, but honestly, you're right there in the middle streak of it. I mean, obviously, how heavy the snow falls will determine a lot of it. So I'd say anywhere from 5 to 10 inches. I know it's quite a big margin, but that's kind of what we're talking about here. Let's see here. Are they expecting snow to rain in Dayton? Are they expecting snow to rain? Back to snow in Dayton. Okay, so it's going to start off as snow for you here, which I can go ahead and show you back over here at the models. As we track our way through time, yeah, it's going to kind of start as snow. Yeah, it's going to start as snow, maybe turn to rain here around the morning of the 25th, and then obviously turn back to snow here, kind of in snow showers. But overall, that's just, that's kind of what we're looking at. We're going to go ahead and switch on back here to the other screen. But yeah, but when it comes to areas here, towards Dayton, honestly, I'd say probably, 3 to 6 inches is in the forecast. Which, I mean, that's a decent amount. That's definitely a decent amount of snowfall there. Okay, let's see here. What's up next? We have ourselves, Savon wants me to take a look here at 28472 across portions here of Whiteville in North Carolina. So this is right here in southern North Carolina. So here's your problem. So regarding snowfall, obviously that's not a concern, but here for Wednesday, we actually have ourselves a severe weather risk here. So obviously if you are here, like I said, where you are at, where you just told us for me to look at, you are in the risk here for some activity of severe weather on Wednesday. So watch out for that. Let's see here. Next up, we have ourselves. Robin wants me to take a look here. Or sorry, I accidentally skipped over LOS. I forgot how you pronounce it. I don't know how you exactly pronounce your name. But 77550 across portions here of Galveston, Texas. Okay, so this is basically just east of Houston. So yep, unfortunately, those areas here in Galveston is like I said, you can see right there, is in the bullseye for tomorrow. So you said that your friend is wondering and nervous. So yeah, like I said, just watch it. Tell him to watch out, or tell them to watch out here. It's a possibility of a few isolated tornadoes nearby. He's in a pretty, or they are in a different or pretty interesting, tornado probability here for tomorrow. Like I said, 10% significant threat here tomorrow. So watch out for a few tornadoes nearby. But also watch out for damaging winds and obviously maybe some small hail as well. But like I said, don't panic. Just make sure that you are prepared to go to shelter in case if something happens. Like I said, obviously lower portion, the best you can go to. If you have a basement or a storm cellar, that's where you want to go. But yeah. Let's see here. Is northeast New Jersey getting any snow? So it does appear that some areas here in northeastern New Jersey, depends on what northeastern side you're talking about, here towards like New York, but not much. I'd say probably around a trace to an inch. You're right there on that line of not really seeing too much. Anyways, let's see here. Alexandra, let's take a look here at 08816. This is actually right here in New Jersey, where we're just literally looking at. So for you, right here just north of Trenton, yeah, so obviously, yeah, there for you, my friend, when it comes to snowfall, I'd say about anywhere from, maybe 1 to 2 inches, nothing really too much. Anyways, I'm trying to catch my breath here, y'all, so sorry about that. Let's see here. Can I please do 72952? If I actually skip over you guys, I'm not trying to. For Rudy, Arkansas, okay, this is northwestern side. So yeah, like I said, if you're in northwestern Arkansas, you got a pretty big potential regarding snowfall. Like I said, according to the National Weather Service here, towards areas here near Rudy, wherever that's at, it's not really one to pop up here. But regardless, in the general area here, I mean, kind of expected to see here maybe around 8 inches. I'd say once again, kind of around 6 to 10 inches is possible. On the far northwestern side. So keep an eye on it. It's possible, but we'll continue watching it. Let's see here. Is there any rain for 37809? So 37809 across portions here, Midway, Tennessee. I can already tell you, yeah, without even looking where that's at, yes, rain will be a possibility of concern. That's pretty much all you're going to be seeing, though. Yeah, Tennessee's in that zone between both of the best worlds. Obviously, between too high enough for severe weather and too low for winter weather. Anyways, Goal says okay, yeah, we just looked it up. That's literally what I just saw here. Weather wants me to look at 27992. Says Singapore. Yeah, that's not working. Yep, that's not working for me here. But anyways, all right, guys. Well, that's what we're looking at regarding that one. Robin wants me to take a look here at 44601 across portions here of Alliance, Ohio. Basically in northeastern side. So right here just south of Cleveland, essentially. Towards an area here called like Alliance, right? Yeah, Alliance here. So, okay, so nearby, there you go, Alliance right there. So according to, like I said, according to the National Weather Service here, we're kind of expecting anywhere from, I'd say 2 to 4 inches, kind of in the, in the zone there. R. Farrell says, tricky one, wants me to take a look here at 25401 across portions here of Martinsburg, West Virginia. Okay, so you, my friend, are right there, pretty much on the, the far panhandle. Yeah, right there in Martinsburg. So that's kind of a thing. So you're right there and on those elevations when it comes to things. So obviously, when it comes to things, it's a little bit difficult to forecast. But right now, like I say, you can see just how over a short distance how much the snow pops off and how much it goes up. But I'd say, honestly, anywhere from 1 to 3 inches is possible. But we'll watch out for that. But anyways, my friends, well, like I said, if you guys are enjoying this, make sure you leave a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. It'd be greatly appreciated. Like I said, y'all, if you guys could, that will seriously mean a lot for me. Like I said, I'm really doing some hard work here for you guys tonight. It might not seem like this is hard work, but talking, I guarantee you, it's very, very hard to talk over and over for a very long period of time, especially at the rate I am, because I'm trying to get to as many people as possible. So if you could, guys, consider doing a favor and hitting that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. And once again, just thank you all so much for all your support. You guys absolutely rock. And like I said, please stay safe out there. We're gonna be live here tomorrow too, as this event's occurring. So obviously, if we have any questions during the event, I'll be your tour guide essentially. I will be your weather tour guide tomorrow. Like I said, plan to go live here from 10 to 12 Eastern. But anyways. But like I said, once again, everybody, if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. Because like I said, I'm going to be here for you. I want to make sure you guys are up to date here when it comes to the overall weather. And like I said, if you're just now joining in here, guys, like I said, if you look down in the south and you see the dark green, the yellow, and especially the orange, that's where the severe weather risk is here for tomorrow. And if you're across, obviously this big streak of a behemoth, that's where all the snow is expected. But anyways, Crystal says, got to go. Alrighty, Crystal. Well, once again, thank you for joining us. Definitely means a lot. Yeah, we'll probably be heading off here relatively soon ourselves. Because like I said, I got to rest up for a long day tomorrow, y'all. So we'll probably head off here in about 5 minutes or so. So now would be a good time, guys. Like I said, if you are not already, hit that subscribe button. I hate being that YouTuber that's like always pushing people to subscribe. But in this case, I mean, it's honestly very important. Like I said, obviously, you subscribing could help the YouTube algorithm push out more recommendations to our channel, and obviously, could save lives, honestly. Let's see here. CL3 says, all right, what time for 39120? So this is right here in Notches, Mississippi. Is that how you pronounce that? Basically, southwest here of Jackson. Yeah, there you are. You're in the marginal risk here. Okay, so when it comes to the severe weather and stuff like that, here for you. Honestly, we're kind of expecting here tomorrow evening, obviously. I'd say anywhere from like 10 to 12. That's kind of what it looks like. Katie says, thank you, Andrew, for all your hard work you do for us. It's very much appreciated. Where's my face at? We had it at the beginning of the live stream, if you guys are wondering. The face cam on the left, how it's black. My camera gave out on us again, which I'm heading back to Kentucky this weekend, so here soon I'm going to be getting another camera, so we don't have to deal with that problem. But anyways, but like I said, y'all, if you have any zip codes, if you want us to look at a specific location, please tag them, you guys. Please tag them. Let's see here. Next zip code's coming through. I might actually stay alive a little bit longer, you guys. I'll tell you what, though, we might just take a break halfway during this. Because, obviously the rest of my voice here for a minute, and then we'll get back into it. Maybe I can try to fix my camera, too. Let's see here. Dwayne wants me to take a look here at 31001 across portions here of... Well, that's showing... Okay, here we go. This is actually in Abbeville, Georgia. Okay, so here in Abbeville, this is basically, southern area. So for Wednesday, Wednesday here actually in Abbeville, we're actually talking the possibility of some severe storms, kind of on a localized state. So watch out for a lot of scattered severe thunderstorms here for Wednesday. Not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. That's for you there, Dwayne. Let's see here. Next up, we have ourselves, how bad can it get in Katy, Texas for tomorrow? Keep up the good work. Well, first of all, thank you. And obviously here for Katy, let's see here. Katy, Texas. This is right here. Okay, this is right next to Houston. And how bad can it get? So obviously, like I said, here towards that area, obviously you're just west of Houston. Like I said, that's where we have a pretty decent threat here for tomorrow, which we're going to have to be watching out here for. The main concern here is obviously just damaging winds. Obviously damaging winds is a big concern for, that specific area here towards, Katy or Caddy, however you want to pronounce that. But look out for a possibility of some tornadoes nearby, as well as maybe some hail too. Perhaps maybe above an inch in diameter. Could the snow shift more south? I have to say probably not. The models are in decent agreement here right now. How many inches of snow do I need to sled? Probably didn't take too much. I'd say at least 5 inches or so. But that's just a guess. Let's see here. Peanut Butter wants to take a look here at 36875 across portions here of Alabama, all the way over here towards like Columbus. Yep, this is right here towards like Columbus, Alabama on the west or the eastern side here. So the good news is tomorrow we don't have a severe weather risk here, but you're close to it. However, for Wednesday, early Wednesday, we got a severe weather threat. So watch out for that. We'll see if that updates or if it includes you tomorrow, because they're going to have multiple updates before it moves through. Dwayne says, thanks, no problem. MSOKC wants me to take a look here at 73008. I guess it's near Oklahoma. It is in Bethany, Oklahoma, right here towards Oklahoma City. Okay, well, this is in Oklahoma City. Alrighty. For you, my friend, for Miss, I guess it's Miss Oklahoma City. I guess that's it. So when it comes to the National Weather Service, like the official forecast and stuff like that, the Weather Service is expected around 4 inches. But like I said, to take this kind of more of a gap. Like I said, you want to put some gaps between the exact snowfall that's expected. Make it a range. Like I said, you can't just go off of one number. So in this case, I would honestly say anywhere from about 2 to 6 inches. Or honestly, possibly going to be expected nearby. But anyways, that's that. Let's see here. Am I late? A little bit. We've been live here for an hour now. Exactly an hour. Let's see here. Can I look on Snowfall for 49028? This is across portions here of Michigan. This is in the northern area. Here in Bronson. Very, very far southern. Very, very far southern Michigan. Let's go ahead and switch on over here to that right now. Okay, so you're actually in a zone here. Honestly, kind of around 6 inches expected. Once again, kind of around 4 to 8 inches if you put that range there. So expect about that. I'd say about 4 to 8 inches here in southern Michigan. Honestly, really not a bad amount. Let's see here. Travis says, just kind of curious what to expect here in 38372. This is in Savannah, Tennessee. Okay, so you, my friend, are not expected to see any severe weather, and you're also not expected to see any snow. So you're just going to get rain out of this. Maybe some thunder could be mixing in. Obviously, some lightning strikes, but overall, I mean, severe weather. You're too high up north for all that energy to reach up to you regarding severe storms, and you're too far down south for that snow to fall, essentially, because it's just too warm. But anyways. But like I said, if you guys have any more questions, we will be here for you guys. Obviously, I want you guys to be prepared. But like I said, at some point we gotta call it a night here, because like I said, tomorrow we have this to actually cover, in which that's gonna be quite the job. I tell you what, that's gonna be quite interesting. But we'll do the best we can, y'all. Obviously, like I said, we can only do the best we possibly can here. Let's see here. Brock wants me to take a look here at a zip code of 30830 across portions here of Waynesboro, Georgia. This is right here basically in the eastern side. So here's the thing. So for you, my friend, not tomorrow, not for the main event, but for Wednesday, you can take a look here in Waynesboro, as you just saw. We are indeed seeing the possibility of, a severe weather possibility. Like I said, it's a pretty low chance. It's a marginal risk here, which is the lowest severe weather level, but it's still something in which we are going to need to watch out for. So yeah, keep an eye out for the weather here, kind of for the early portions of Wednesday, the 25th. But anyways, that's kind of what we are looking at. That's not bad at all for me. What we got in the last storm. Gotcha. Let's see here. But anyways, like I said, you guys, that is kind of what we are seeing here. Jakey says I changed it. What's up, Jakey? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here, my friend. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and switch on over here, guys, to the radar here. Like I said, if you guys have any specific area you want me to look at, let me know now. Because, like I said, that way I can plug a zip code in. Like I said, obviously, a zip code, it should be a 6-digit code. Or I'm stupid, a 5-digit code. Obviously, I can plug that into a specific area, and I can show you the official forecast, regarding that, and give you a little bit of input on the system. And if that's something you'd be interested in, like I said, y'all just leave a comment down below. And like I said, if you are new, consider hitting that subscribe button. It'll be greatly appreciated. You absolutely rock, y'all. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this. And like I said, here's the timing of the system. Basically starting off here really early tomorrow morning, which is basically tonight. Tracking through tomorrow, eventually moving up to the northeast here by the early 26th. So this is going to be about a 2-day event here. About a 2-day event kicking off here. But anyways, yep, that's what's going on there, my friend. We're going to go ahead and clear that view. We're going to switch back to the day 2. And like I said, if you guys suspect that you're in any of the risk areas here, either regarding the severe weather in the south or the snow here, anyways. But next up, let's go ahead and see here. We'll have more zip codes coming through. Melody wants me to take a look here at 60915. This is across portions here of Bradley, Illinois. This is right here basically in the northeastern side, directly just south of Chicago. This is directly south here of Chicago for an area called Bradley, which we can look at here for... I'm not exactly sure exactly where that's at, but we can grab an estimate, a range here. So obviously towards the location, we're seeing the possibility here of, honestly kind of around maybe 5 inches or so. I'd have to say anywhere from about 4 to 8 inches is possible across your location. A single shift in the track to the north a little bit will obviously throw more accumulation, but for now, just stick with that. Anyways, let's see here. How do I get these zip codes? You should know your zip code if you live in the United States. At least most people should. Let's see here. How much snow for Paris, Kentucky? Let's see here. So Paris, Kentucky is trying to pull me up to Paris, France. But anyways, here for Paris, Kentucky, this is just northeast of Lexington. So it's possible, like I said, it's definitely possible that we could get a bit of snow out of this here. But I tell you what, most of it is going to be rain, but expect maybe around a few tenths of an inch to maybe an inch max. But I wouldn't really go that far. I'd say no more than a half inch, honestly. Even though there's more, it's just simply going to be a little too warm for that. Let's see here. Melody says thank you so much, or thank you very much. No problem. What I'm here for. Lisa wants me to take a look here at 61813 here in central Illinois. Absolutely, for an area here called Bement or Bement. This is right here, just east of Springfield. Yep, you're actually in a quite the zone here, my friend. When it comes to accumulations, like I said, you're obviously kind of in that zone where a decent amount is going to be forecast here. Like I said, we're kind of around 6 inches expected. So if you add the range here, you add +2 and you -2, so it's about 4 to 8 inches. I'd say it's just good to leave about a 2-inch gap with these kind of systems due to a lot of model uncertainty and all kinds of fun stuff. But anyways, yeah. So Lisa, that's for you about 4 to 8 inches. Watch out for that. Let's see here. Thank you. No problem. Anytime. Let's see here. What about zip code 65721 across portions here of Ozark. This is right here towards Springfield, Missouri, and basically in the southwestern side here. So for you, my friend, when it comes to accumulations, honestly, kind of around nearly 8 inches, ranging up to. So anywhere from 6 to 10 inches is kind of in the range there. You're kind of in the heaviest or part of the heaviest bands that's expected. Let's see here. Ty wants me to look here at 48060 across portions here of Port Huron, Michigan, basically on the far eastern side here, just east of Detroit. So for you, my friend, when it comes to things, yeah, so we're kind of expecting about 6 inches expected. So, like I said, anywhere from around 4 to 8 inches is like the good ballpark zone. Let's see, you're talking about Proxy. Yeah, Proxy hasn't been in here in the last few days. I hope Proxy's okay. Yeah, Proxy's usually in here all the time. A little worried about it. Yeah, she's always in here. Let's see, Lisa says thank you. No problem. No problem at all. Let's see here. What is it? Renee, I think that's how you say it. Hopefully I'm saying your name wrong. If I'm not, I'm so sorry. But you want me to take a look here at 45102 across portions here of Amelia, Ohio. This is right here just east of Cincinnati. So for you, my friend here, when it comes to the region, let's see here. Amelia is just right there on the far... Amelia should be like right here somewhere. Anyway, so kind of around that area, you get the point. So about up to 2 inches. Obviously 2 inches is kind of expected. Honestly, I'd say about 1 to 3 inches is a good zone there. Andrew, the same person with my name, asked how often do I stream? I try to stream every night. Even if there's not anything going on, I always stay streaming and I always browse models with you guys. In order to, obviously, detect things in the future. Like I said, we've been watching the system here for the last 3-4 days or so. Let's see here. Robbie wants me to look here at 31308 across portions here of, let's see, this is for Elabel, which is actually not far from Savannah, Georgia. So I've actually been near this area many times. So here near Savannah, this is literally directly just west here for Elabel, or however you want to pronounce that. So obviously snow's not a concern for you, but I will show you this here. So for Wednesday, Wednesday being the 25th here, we are at risk here for possibility of a few strong to severe storms. It's a possibility we could have a few isolated severe storms. Obviously, nothing too extreme, but it's a possibility a few storms could be severe nearby, which we'll watch out for. John says, "Will Houston see any impacts?" Yeah, and actually, Houston's one of the most impacted areas here, or at least in the risk area, I should say. You're actually in the slight risk zone. Like I said, obviously, that yellow, that's the slight risk. That's the level 2 out of 5 severity. Like I said, the higher the level, the more severe it gets. So we have a level 1 out of 5 across the dark green, a level 2 out of 5 across the yellow, and a level 3 out of 5 across the orange. 1 out of 5 is, obviously the lowest severe weather potential, but with any severe storms, there's the concern of life-threatening conditions. And with this being said, like I said, it's a pretty low probability, but it still exists. Level 2 is a higher chance of happening, so more heightened, alertness should be, well established. And then obviously a level 3 there. That's kind of a big ordeal where numerous severe storms is going to be expected, where you need to be watching the weather pretty much all day long. Anyways, let's see here. Thank you. I was asking because I have a friend coming home from New York. No problem. No problem at all here. Let's see here. 63456. So you said 63456. This is for Monroe City here, basically in just northwest here of St. Louis. Which, if we zoom over here towards the region, it should be somewhere around here. Montgomery. There's Hawk Point. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out a good area. So yeah, it should literally be like. Anyway, so somewhere around in here. We're kind of seeing around 4 inches. So about, like I said, 2 to 6 inches, probably a good range here. Let's see here. Next up, we have ourselves CJ saying how much snow for 53186. 53186 are here for eastern Wisconsin. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, for you, my friend, here, basically just directly west of Milwaukee. When it comes to things, we're kind of seeing accumulations here around 1 to 3 inches. Obviously nothing too crazy. And also asking when will the snow be hitting Wisconsin. For you, like I said, we take a look here back at the future radar here. For the areas there, probably, like I said, the later morning of the 25th. So later morning here for the day after tomorrow is going to be expected. But anyways, guys, well, I think that's going to wrap it up here relatively soon, my friends. Like I said, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night here because we've been live here for over an hour. I got to get some rest here for the big event tomorrow. Like I said, this thing's going to be really kicking off here. So I'm going to be live as early as like 10 o'clock maybe, anywhere from 10 to 12. We might do a little bit more personal forecast in the morning, and then as the event unfolds, we'll get more into the coverage mode. But once again, everybody, if you guys did enjoy the coverage and everything like that, just make sure you absolutely crush that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you guys are new. It'll be greatly appreciated. Seriously, guys, it helps us out and everything like that. You guys absolutely You guys absolutely rock here. So thank you so much for all of your kind support and stuff. Like I said, if you guys do want to support us directly, obviously, if you guys would like to donate to us, you guys can click on that. Take a look here at Super Chat. And you guys can select the amount you would like to donate to us and type a message, and it will highlight in the chat there. It's just a nice way to help us out here regarding all of our radar programs and stuff like that. Like I said, if you guys want to support us directly, that is one way to do it. It'll be greatly appreciated, guys. Don't feel the need that you have to, but like I said, if you'd like to donate to us, that is a good way you guys can do so. It'll be greatly, greatly appreciated. And honestly, like I said, it helps me out. It helps the channel out in general. It helps everybody out in the long run. So if you would like to donate to us, consider doing such. It'd be greatly appreciated. All right, my friends. Once again, everybody, I think that is going to go ahead and wrap it up here for tonight. Once again, big shout out goes to everybody here Thank you all for the new subscribers. Thank you all so much for all that you all have done. Once again, please stay safe out there, my friends. And if I don't catch you tomorrow, I hope you have a great day tomorrow and stay safe with the big severe weather event that's going to happen. But to my normal fans here and to everybody who will be here for tomorrow's stream, I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll be giving some pretty interesting coverage regarding this event here and such like that. In which we are going to be watching out for. But anyways, once again, big shout out goes to all of you all out there. Once again, big shout out. Thank you so much for joining us. You all, please stay safe out there. Once again, we will be doing some more personal forecasts here just before the main event. Like I said, probably around here between 10 and 12 o'clock and such. So we'll definitely be on the lookout for that and everything along those. All right, my friends. Well, once again, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much. Let's see, Katie says, good night, everyone. Thanks, Andrew. No problem. Thank you, Katie. Thank you for joining us. Let's see, Andrew says, see you later, Andrew. Let's see, Renee says, thank you. You are very, very welcome, Renee. Absolutely, my friends. Well, once again, thank you all for joining us. And once again, that's going to wrap us up here for tonight. Y'all take care, and we will see you guys later on tomorrow. We have about 2 minutes to go, guys, or about 3 minutes to go, so you guys can say goodbye to your friends and family who are in the chat. All right, guys, once again, thank you all so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day tomorrow, and we'll catch you guys here in the next one. Peace out, my friends. Love y'all. Stay safe.
Seas 5 to 6 feet with occasional seas up to 8 feet. A chance of showers in the evening, then showers likely after midnight. Winds and seas higher and near thunderstorms. This is the 3:45 p.m. Upper Texas Coast Tide information for Galveston Channel. Tide times for today: high tide at 7:15 p.m. Low tide at 11:15 p.m. On Tuesday, high tide at 4:11 a.m. Low tide at 12:02 p.m. High tide at 7:42 p.m. For Clear Lake entrance, tide times for today. On Tuesday, for Port O'Connor, tide times for today. On Tuesday, high tide at 3 a.m. Low tide at 1:47 p.m. The water temperature at Galveston Bay entrance was 57 degrees. Public information statement. The Texas Department of State Health Services announces that effective at 12:01 a.m. Monday, January 23, 2023, private oyster areas in Texas, one of Galveston Bay as depicted on the map dated November 1, 2022, will be open to the harvesting of molluscan shellfish defined as oysters, clams, and mussels. Beach hazard statement in effect from midnight Central Standard Time tonight through Tuesday afternoon. What? Strong rip currents will along Gulf-facing beaches. Tide levels of 3.5 to 4 feet above NLLW may be observed during high tide due to strong onshore winds. Where? Matagorda Islands, Brazoria Islands, Galveston Island, and Bolivar Peninsula counties. When? From midnight Central Standard Time tonight through Tuesday afternoon. Impacts. Rip currents can sweep even the best swimmers away from shore into deeper water. Minor coastal flooding may occur. Additional details. Rip currents can sweep even the best swimmers away from shore into deeper water. Precautionary preparedness actions. A beach hazard statement is issued when threats such as rip currents, longshore currents, sneaker waves, and other hazards create life-threatening conditions in the surf zone. Caution should be used when in or near the water. Remain out of the water to avoid hazardous swimming conditions. High rip current risk in effect until midnight Central Standard Time tonight. Beach hazard statement remains in effect from midnight Central Standard Time tonight through Tuesday afternoon. What? For the high rip current risk, dangerous rip currents. For the beach hazard statement, strong rip currents will along Gulf-facing beaches. Tide levels of 3.5 to 4 feet above NLLW may be observed during high tide due to strong onshore winds. Expected. Where? Matagorda Islands, Brazoria Islands, Galveston Island, and Bolivar Peninsula counties. When? For the high rip current risk, until midnight Central Standard Time tonight. For the beach hazard statement, from midnight Central Standard Time tonight through Tuesday afternoon.